Hidden Object Guru here with a quick look at the PlayStation blog entry about the enhanced version of Until Dawn coming to PS5 and PC this year. That's right, I just read the title. You're welcome? I don't know why I thought you couldn't read the title for yourself, but here we go! Alright, we're returning to Blackwood Mountain. Third-person mode, improved visuals, audio, and more. Okay, okay, it was written by Neil McEwen, creative director, Ballistic Moon. Let's find out what else he's written blog post-wise, shall we? Opening that up. Just this one. I wonder if they're going to call it Until Dawn Return to Blackwood Mountain. Well, no, but that makes it sound like it's a sequel. So that's just a fun thing to say. Okay, Until Dawn, core genre-defining horror experience for players since it's released almost a decade ago. Yeah, I think so. When people think of interactive horror movies, they definitely think of Until Dawn first. I can't argue with that point. They're taking these amazing foundations and adding more emotional depth, an enhanced look, and a completely new soundscape. So, new soundtrack. I really like the music in Until Dawn, but if they are adding new scenes, they need probably a new score for those scenes, so why not do a whole new score? Like, I get it, but it's got great music. Okay, so they've rebuilt Unreal Engine 5. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Until Dawn has been rebuilt. I love it has been rebuilt with the latest tools and techniques. You started 2 paragraphs in a row with rebuilding it, but whatever. New and improved animations build on the success of the original character performances. Yeah, I'm interested to find out more about these new animations. Can we see some behind the scenes on that, guys? Characters, environments, and visual effects have been upgraded. Enhanced cinematic horror experience. Okay, well, it's a remaster. That's what you do. Now, okay, here's where it gets weird. Because they mentioned this up there, right? The emotional depth enhanced look. We're using a broader cinematic tonal color palette and new perspectives to make the story more nuanced and emotional. Now, here's the thing. If I have edited this correctly, you're now going to see the comparison shots I made for my last video about the Until Dawn remaster. I'm not seeing a huge difference. I mean, yeah, the original was more blue, but that's basically it, right? I don't understand why they think that changing color is going to make it resonate more emotionally. The thing about the blue tone of the original, just how blue and, very dark that game is, just kind of built the claustrophobia of being trapped on a snowbound peak really into the game. Like, the cold seeped into every pore of that game and really made you feel it. Like, the cold was integral, and because it's like, all you can do is warm up the palette, right? Like, when they say they're changing the palette, you can't make it colder, it's already Until Dawn. By definition, that means all they can do is add warmer tones to the game, and maybe they have some, idea for how warmer tones are going to improve our relationships with the characters or our empathizing with the situation. I don't know if I see that myself, but I'm willing to wait and see how that ends up looking. Okay, they have a third-person camera. It says, which means you can now look behind the curtain of the original game, exploring enhanced new locations with the new interactions and collectibles. Here's the thing. Again, this is not a criticism per se, but I didn't really feel like anything was being hidden from me in the original game. I am happy it's going to be a free camera. I like free cameras in games. I think it's harder to generate scares when you have a free camera, but I am fine with being able to look around. I was just playing Cannibal Abduction, coming to consoles this Friday. And I've got to say, I really enjoyed the use of super wide angle shots and all of that to let you see every corner of the room, because it made you paranoid about which entrance a threat was going to come from, and then when you would switch the camera angles, boom, the guy would be right there in front of you. And when you put the character fully in control of the camera, you sacrifice authorship, right? You are no longer authoring the experience as fully as you are when you have specific camera angles in mind. And these are cinematic movies, okay? Like, being the author of the experience is what the developer's job is in a cinematic video game. I just said cinematic movie, didn't I? Anyway, these are interactive movies, right? Meaning we expect you to take more control of the story than in a standard video game, because we are here for the cinematic experience. And if you put me in charge of the camera, it's not going to have that look. All right. So contextual character animations, that could be fun. I think there's a disconnect in suggesting that putting me in control of the camera gives me more the feel of the experience of that fateful night. If you tell me it's in first person now, yeah, that will give me more of the feel of that fateful night. 100%. That's what first person is for. That's what VR is really for. And this is coming to PC, so they're gonna be first person mods. Because spoiler alert, if you got a third person camera, literally all you have to do is go into the code, move that, first person camera to lock to 2 inches in front of the character's head, and you've got a first person camera. Like, that's just how it works. But I don't see how putting me in control of the camera gets me closer to the experience. Anyway, the sound has undergone a massive overhaul too. Undergone an overhaul. That is weird. Yes, featuring a new score from legendary horror composer Mark Corvin. Hey, let's look him up. Okay, so I really like The Terror. Lighthouse is good. Oh no. All right, this is a little embarrassing. He wrote the music for a movie I wrote. Okay, well, I officially can't say anything bad about Mark Corvin because he wrote the music for a movie that I wrote. Alright, so all I'm going to do is... Oh, well, he wrote the music for The Witch, or The Vitch if you prefer. So that's... Okay, he's got a lot of good credits. Alright, so I was going to try to be sarcastic about this guy, but I have a direct connection to him, so now I can't be a jerk about him. But more importantly, I actually like the music in a lot of movies he did, and I'm looking forward to seeing Night Swim, so... Okay, I am interested to see what Mark Corvin does with the, I had no idea. You'd think I would pay more attention during the credits. Okay, so yeah, I mean, again, I like the original music from Until Dawn, but I will be curious to see what he does with it. We've endeavored to keep the fantastic narrative integratory of the original. What did you think you were saying there? You meant integration, but we have seized the opportunity to expand upon unexplored emotional parts of the story. Okay, well, I'm just going to quickly Google that. Causing or relating to integration. Like, it's right there. That's what that means. You're not using that word right. You mean we've endeavored to keep the fantastic narrative integration of the original, i.e. making the narrative an integral part of the experience. But we have seized the opportunity... I feel like an and is better than a but there. Seize the opportunity to expand upon unexplored emotional parts of the story. Obviously, we can't know what he means there. New deaths. More scenes where people cry. Like, what? Ooh, are we going to get deeper into... You know what I would like? I would like to find out more about Beth. We never learned anything about Beth. Beth just kind of died and then, spoiler alert, got eaten. I can tell you a lot about Hannah, because, she's kind of a major character. But I can't tell you anything about Beth. So if we learn a lot more about Beth, and find out a connection a character had to Beth, I think that'd be great, because I think Beth gets forgotten as a character in the story. Alright, look out for more news on this enhanced version of Until Dawn coming later this year. I would like some suggestion of when it was coming out this year. Director David F. Sandberg, Lights Out Annabelle Creation, screenplay written by Gary Dauberman, Chamber. Alright, no, this is all just the Until Dawn the movie stuff. We know. When you say The Invitation, which The Invitation do you mean? Because that's a popular title. You see, when you say the name of the movie The Invitation, I assume you're talking about The Invitation, the movie about the guy who goes to dinner at a cult house that his ex-wife is in. The house of the cult that his ex-wife is in, which is just a... I'm not going to spoil anything. If you haven't seen this movie, see it. It wasn't written by the guy who wrote Until Dawn. What he wrote is The Invitation 2022, about a lady who finds out who her extended family is, and I'm guessing they're also a cult of rich people? You know? I haven't seen this film. Maybe it's great, maybe it isn't. I honestly don't know. Sean Pertwee is in it, and he's great. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on news about the film, and obviously we're going to keep a bigger eye on news about the game, because we cover games on this channel, not movies so much. And is there a desktop version of this image here? Like a whole 1920 by 1080 version? Because I would very much like to have this as my desktop. Will you sell that to me, PlayStation? Because I would be very happy about that. All right, so as we get more news about the game, join me back here for constant updates. I'm also going to write some theory stuff about the movie. I was not expecting to spend a good amount of 2024 covering Until Dawn. I was expecting to spend a good amount of 2025 covering Until Dawn, because it's the 10th anniversary, but they pulled this all a year early. I'm not complaining. I'm just excited. And in March, do you think we're going to find out, like, there's this mystery addition to Dead by Daylight? In March, we're getting a new character and a new killer. Are they adding Hannah and Sam from Until Dawn to Dead by Daylight? Because if they are, that would be a really smart thing to do. A, to promote the game, and B, to promote the movie. Maybe they'll save that till later in the year next year. You know what? We'll find out. I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, drop in the comments section below the video. If you'd like to see more, there's buttons coming up to help you with that. We will see you back here for more Until Dawn videos. But until then, I'll say that's right. Au revoir.